Bu ne ya?
In this video,
Yalan
we're
ama.
going to talk about a motorcyclist who filmed his own crash with a car.
Ondan sonra
Now, before we dive into the video footage, I want to say that this is not meant to glorify or encourage reckless driving. The motorcyclist was filming his ride on an empty road, enjoying the freedom and adrenaline that comes with riding a motorcycle. As he turned around to head back, he noticed another motorcycle in the distance and slowed down. However, just as he was getting back up to speed, a car suddenly appeared out of nowhere and slammed into the motorcycle, causing a massive crash. The impact was so severe that the motorcyclist was thrown off his bike. The video footage is shocking, and it's a stark reminder of the dangers that come with riding a motorcycle. It's essential to all and some cars, instead of moving over, the cyclist lost control and crashed. Let us learn from this and drive responsibly, keep our emotions in check, and be considerate of others on the road. You'll see a motorcycle rider speeding through the city of Chicago. Despite the busy streets and intersections, the rider is weaving in and out of traffic at high speeds, putting themselves and others in danger. As the rider approaches an intersection, a car is making a turn and can't react in time to avoid a collision. The motorcycle crashes into the car, and the rider is thrown off their bike. Fortunately, the rider quickly stands up and runs to the pavement where a police officer arrives. But the outcome could have been much worse. This kind of wreck and pedestrian, it's essential. I'm going to show you what happened when a motorcyclist in a Santa Claus outfit witnessed a hit-and-run incident and pursued the criminal. Let's see what happened next. As the motorcyclist was riding through the streets, he saw a Renault Clio hit a pedestrian who was trying to cross the road.
O ne la? Durdur araba, durdur.
The Clio quickly fled the scene, and the motorcyclist knew he had to act fast. He pursued the Clio and tried to stop it.
Oğlum Noel.
The
Ne
driver
arıyor lan
stopped
burada?
for a moment, but then quickly drove away when the motorcyclist stepped off his motorcycle.
Yakalar ki onu.
Noel baba koş.
Yakalar. İmkansız kaçamaz o.
Noel babadan kaçamaz.
Noel babuş seni yakalar ve yer. Ruski.
The motorcyclist continued to follow the Clio, and it got stuck in traffic for a few seconds.
Aa, mala bak mala. Ne yapıyorsun lan sen? Tekme lan.
He
Kır
tried to
aynasını
stop
abi.
it again by slapping and kicking it, but unfortunately, he was not successful.
Ne yapacaksın arabanın?
The driver was determined to escape, and the motorcyclist
Salak, nereye
knew he
kadar
had to keep
kaçabileceksin?
following him.
Ne yani?
Araba çalıntı mı acaba lan?
Olabilir. Rusya'da böyle şeyler oluyordur.
Eventually, the Clio stopped again, and the driver tricked the motorcyclist into stepping off his motorcycle once again before quickly driving away.
Bak baba. Amına.
But the motorcyclist
Yakalayabilecek
wasn't
mi
going to
acaba?
give
Çok
up that
heyecanlandım
easily.
amına koyayım. Abi ısıtır onu. Amına bir kır ya.
Vallahi ya.
He
Taşmaş
continued to
yok mu?
follow the Clio until he finally saw some cops on the street. He quickly told them about the Renault Clio, and they were able to catch the driver. Well, they thought they caught the driver, but it was a
Allah'tan
different
polisi
car.
gördü ha. Poliste de durmaz ki bu.
The police and the motorcyclist quickly continued their pursuit.
Niye gidiyorlar?
Mini. Bir sürü şimal var.
At last, they found the woman who hit the pedestrian. The police cuffed her.
Allah'ım.
Güvendiği adama bak amına koyayım.
It was a crazy experience, and it's amazing to see how the motorcyclist was able to help catch the criminal. It's important to always stand up for what's right and
Adam mı
never
lan o?
let criminals get away
Bir de
with their
kadınlar
actions.
araba kullanamaz diyorlar.
We're going to be discussing a hit and run incident that was caught on camera by a motorcyclist. The incident involves a black Mercedes that hit a car and then fled the scene.
Ulan
Let's dive into the details.
kaçar
The
şimdi
video
bu
begins with
enayi.
the motorcyclist riding on the road when a black Mercedes
Ana!
drives past him
Oho.
Abi ne
and scrapes
yapıyorsun
the
amına
first
koyayım?
car.
Fren diye bir şey var ya.
The motorcyclist
Bırak
quickly
tam patladı
realizes
acaba.
what has happened and decides to follow the Mercedes. As the
Mercedes.
Mercedes continues down the road, it hits a standing car before colliding with a Prius in front of it. The collision causes significant damage to all three vehicles. The motorcyclist then pulls over and steps off his bike to see if everyone is okay. He walks over to the car and checks on the passengers, making sure they are not hurt.
Abiye bak.
A police officer arrives on the scene and starts assessing the damage to the vehicles. The officer notices the black Mercedes essential always
Aa
for
kaçıyor mu adam?
leaving the scene of an accident.
Bunun hepsi kaçıyor lan.
Remember, it's essential always to stay safe while driving and never leave the scene of an accident.
Polis varken bu adamın kovalaması.
Ha. Her yerde aynı ya.
The motorcyclist kept following the car, and eventually he found himself on the didn't listen in a neighborhood.
Oha amına koyayım. Biz Ankara'ya geldiler şu an.
That's when things got really intense.
Nasıl kaçtı
The
acaba
man in the
öyle ya?
Benzini
Mercedes
bitti
appeared
herhalde
to be
orada.
Eastbound.
Bence patlama riski olduğu için durur.
I'm keeping my
Bak bak.
Looks like he's around.
Ne oldu ki?
motorcyclist kept his distance, but the man continued to approach. Police arrived.
All the way here he took off.
Bence bu kafası iyi ya bu adam.
Vallahi bilemiyorum hocam.
Yani
Bilemiyorum. Bilemeyeceğim.